Good morning. In this lecture, we are going to discuss about the factors affecting acoustics of a building. There are many factors which affects like reverberation, loudness, focusing due to the walls and ceiling, echoes, echelon effect, resonance and extraneous noise. Generally, sound produced in a hall reaches an observer directly as well as after many reflection. Thus, there is possibility of causing interference of the walls, which in turn affects the originality of the sound produced. And many of the factors which we discussed, let us see one by one. First, we see about the reverberation time, optimum reverberation time. And if reverberation time is too high, echoes are produced. If it is low, sound will not be clearly heard by the audience. So, it should have an optimum value and is achieved by the following steps. And how to keep the value as optimum level is the remedy. First, it can be kept as an optimum level by having full capacity of audience and by choosing an absorbents like felt, fiber board, glass, etc. inside the auditorium, providing windows and ventilators and using curtains and decorating the walls with the sound absorbing material, and it should have an optimum value. And also the optimum reverberation time is not constant for all types of building. For example, for concert hall, for speech it is about 0.5 seconds, for music it is about 1 to 2 seconds, and for auditorium or theaters it is about 1.1 to 1.5 seconds for smaller area and 1 to 3 seconds for a larger area. And the next factor is of loudness, and loudness is nothing but degree of sensation produced in an ear. For a single observer, it varies from one place to other in the same auditorium. It is caused due to the bad acoustical construction of a building. And how the loudness is maintained as constant is by keeping the loudspeaker. If it is too low, it is increased by making many reflecting surfaces, constructing low ceilings. If it is too high, loudness is too high, that can be decreased by using absorbents that are placed in proper places. So the loudness is made even so that observer can hear a constant loudness at all the places. And the next factor is a focusing and interference effect. In some of the places of a hall, sound will not be heard properly and is said to be a dead space due to the presence of convex or concave surfaces in the hall. So hence causing an uneven distribution of sound intensity in a hall that can be reduced by avoiding the curved surfaces and or covering these surfaces with the suitable absorbents, or by evenly polishing or decorating with the sound absorbents. And the next important factor affects the acoustics is echoes and echelon effect. In some halls, walls will scatter rather than reflecting the sound due to the echoes. So echoes are formed when time interval between the direct as well as the reflected sound waves is about 1/15th of a second. If there is a greater repetition of echoes, that is called echelon effect. Then echoes and echelon effect both are minimized by using the lining surface, by lining the surface with suitable absorbing material, as well as providing doors and windows in proper places. And other factor which affects the acoustics of building is of resonance. It occurs when new sound note frequency matches with the standard audio frequency. And how it can be eliminated means by providing a proper ventilation and by adjusting the reverberation time to be optimum. If it is optimum, resonance is also minimum by air conditioning the halls itself. And the next factor is of noise. Noise is nothing but an unwanted sound due to the heavy traffic outside the hall. Generally, it is of three types: airborne, structure-borne noise and inside the noise. All create harmful effect to the human beings. Humans having the capacity to reject a sound within certain limit. but sometimes which results with the following effects. What are the effects produced due to the noise means? First, it is a mental fatigue or irritation and reduces the concentration, which in turn reduces the efficiency and affects the nervous system, lowers the quality of sleep. Strong noise damages the eardrum also. Then let us see the noise, different types of noise and its remedies one by one. First, let us see about the airborne noises, which reaches the hall through open windows, door, or through ventilators, and which are produced in rural as well as in urban areas. And say for example, airborne noises arises from factories, aircrafts, automobiles, or trains, and which can be eliminated or decreased by air conditioning the hall or by allotting proper places for doors and windows, and also generally using double doors with separate frames and by placing absorbents in between the frames also used to reduce it. And next is a structure borne noise, which is produced inside the building due to the machinery operation or movement of furniture or footsteps, etc. This produces a structural vibration which give rise to structure borne noise. And how it can be eliminated means by breaking the interposing layers with acoustic insulators and providing carpet, which reduces these types of noises. And the next one is of inside noise. In some offices, sound produced by machinery, typewriting, etc., which produce these types of noises. And how it can be eliminated is given as remedy. This can be eliminated by placing the machineries over sound absorbing materials or on the pads, covering the floors with the carpet, by fitting the engine on the floor with the layer of a wood. So generally the factors to be followed for a good acoustics of a building means, first one is reverberation time should have an optimum value. Secondly, sound must be evenly distributed. It should not be any focusing of sound to any particular area. Then fourth one is it should not have any echoes or echelon effect and resonance inside the hall. And finally, the building should be made as soundproof building so that external noises may be avoided. Thank you.